Thank you for joining us. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program, and this is Mature Living, and we certainly want to wish you all a very happy new year, and we hope that the holidays were wonderful and that you all have good memories that you've shared with your family and friends. And so we have some family and friends that are here, actually, community family that we've invited. We've got Al Reeves, who is a 3 times retired person and very active in the community, and he's here to share with us information about Black History Month. You know, February is a big month and a lot of activities in the community, so he's going to share some things. Also, he's invited Maria Lopez, who is the director of the San Juan Senior Center, a very beautiful center, very active. I'm just amazed at what seniors can do. As a matter of fact, they outrun us, they outdance us,
yes,
and they outsing us and everything. So let's talk about what we're going to be sharing today. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Kind of a long introduction, wasn't it?
Thank you so much.
Carried away. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Al. I talked about 3 times retired. What is retired? What does that mean?
Well, retired for me just means now I have a chance to really do what I really enjoy doing. So, but I'm a people person, so you know, having been retired recently from Parks and Rec, you know, with Maria, I could still be active at the center. So I always go by the San Juan Senior Center and see in the center the citizens there, and I said, hey, let's have a program for African American History Month.
Yes, because you've done that for the kids through Parks and Rec.
Right.
That's correct.
And why not share it with the seniors?
That's
The other extreme.
Yes.
And Al, you're very active with CASA. You're a role model. You are a retired engineer, retired from the military. You were a captain in the U.S. Air Force. Yeah. And so, you know, what a great role model he is.
Right.
¿Verdad, Maria?
Right,
It's just
yes.
a wonderful thing to see him come into your center and re-energize and come up with ideas.
Uh-huh. He does. He comes into the center. He's very polite. All the people like him, and they all say hi. And he always, you know, makes sure that he says hi to everybody else. And they really like when he comes in. They get all excited and get energized. But he helps me bring in programs for the seniors because I like to bring in programs for them so they know what's going on, and a lot of them don't drive, so we try to bring the programs to them at the center.
And it's also educational.
Yes.
Right. So tell me about your program that you're planning for Black History Month, when it is, and what it is that you're going to present.
Okay, well, February is Black History Month. And real quickly, Black History Month was started back in 1926. It actually started off as just a week, Negro History Week in Washington, D.C. And to move forward, fast forward, in 1970s, President Ford made African American history a whole month.
A national
month. And it's a great way. Initially, you know, accomplishments of African Americans weren't really well known. You know, something negative happens in our lives, we remember that. But a lot of positive things that people have done. Example for me, in the Air Force, the Tuskegee Airmen before me, they opened the doors for opportunity. I had an opportunity to be on flying status. So if it wasn't example for the Tuskegee Airmen, and we're gonna be presenting the Tuskegee Airmen, I have displays. We have another gentleman, retired Command Sergeant Major Chuck Taylor. He's a school board member. He does the Buffalo Soldiers. And he puts on a uniform and he salutes, and oh
yes,
my God, it's really
amazing.
fun.
Very,
yeah.
yes.
So,
You can see the presence there when he does it. It's very,
You almost feel
very
like the
nice.
Buffalo
Yes,
Soldier
you
is
do.
right in his spirit.
And the energy that he presents. So, you know, and being a senior myself, now don't forget, I was a senior. So, you know, so that's why I'm I'm very active, you know, just in, you know, with ideas and stuff, you know.
When is this going to happen, date?
This is February the 13th.
Okay. At what time?
At 11 o'clock.
And your senior center is located where?
We are at 5701 Tamburo Circuit, and it's south of Bassett. So it's right on the other side of the freeway.
Yes, okay.
And we want to invite everybody that, you know, is interested in learning more about the Tuskegee Airmen and the Buffalo Soldiers and they usually have displays there, and it's very nice because he has the displays and it talks about everything.
And it's lecture. It's lecture and
Yes.
questions, and they can
That's
ask
correct.
questions.
And we make
They
it
can ask questions.
interactive and fun. So it's
And how long is your program going to take place, your presentation?
we estimate about an hour.
About an
Shouldn't
hour.
take over an hour.
Super.
45
Yes.
minutes to an hour.
Super. And what other activities did you want to highlight today?
Well, in February we'll be crowning our new queen. All the centers have a queen that represents their senior center, and they go out and advertise anything that we're having at our center. For example, dances, we have monthly dances that we have. Ours are on Saturdays from 1 to 5, so it's early for the people that, and we have a live band that goes and plays at our center, and it's only $5. And
Oh, that's wonderful.
so in February, the 10th is our Queen coordination. And what happens is that our participants are the ones that vote for this person, and that's their activity is to go out and promote all the seniors activities that we have
events.
around in El Paso.
So how do you rate activities in El Paso for seniors as opposed to other cities, some of you that may travel and compare? Because I understand Las Cruces doesn't have as much as we do in
Right.
and other cities. I think we're just doing fantastically. I don't know about what you've heard.
Yes, I think we're pretty high up compared. I know I've been to Albuquerque and to Tucson, and we do just as well as they do,
And they're bigger cities.
and they're bigger cities. So
What do
we
you say,
promote.
Al?
Well, for me, example, when I go to Philadelphia, when I go to a senior center, most people don't speak to you, but when I go to San Juan, that's my home.
I know,
South
we're so
side, no
friendly.
matter
Everybody's
where I
very
go
friendly.
to, Wellington, everybody speaks. So this is a very diversified community where people are very, very friendly. Where if you go to, like I said, some of the largest cities I've been through, they're just there. They speak to their friends, but really, when I go, when I go to the center, everybody's speaking to. I feel like a VIP. I go there for
Yes.
energy,
Yeah, and he
to get
is.
energy.
Yes, and I think that's the beauty about El Paso is that multicultural. I know that the military community brings a lot of different, the
Right.
German community, and I think we embrace cultures here in El Paso, and that's the
Yes, we
beauty
do.
of it.
Yes.
And you're an
The
example.
melting pot.
You're an example. You're an example
true.
of that. That's wonderful. I guess we're going to just say goodbye now. We've run out of time on this little conversation, but we want to invite you again for New Year's resolutions, and definitely we'll
To San Juan Senior Center.
Yes.
And it's free membership. Just go by and see what we can help you with as far as activities and being a healthier person as far as physical activity.
And I'm glad you're reviving the El Paso Senior Temptations with Trish Laskowski, and I think maybe Al Reeves is
I'm
going to be
ready.
involved.
I'm
Yes.
ready. I'm ready.
Okay. We'll be back with more interviews here on Mature Living. Thank you for staying with us. Of course, we have more interesting guests, as you can imagine. There's so much to talk about here in El Paso, by the way, and Mature Living is right there. This is the first time that we invite Roman Ortiz, who's the Chief Executive Officer for ARRIBA, Project ARRIBA. I've heard of Project ARRIBA over the years, but really never thought about what they do. They've had activities here at the El Paso Community College. A lot of people come to that for graduations. And now we can ask him, and you all can find out too how he can help families here in the community. Thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you very much,
And
Ms.
I'm glad to
Yanez.
meet you, by the way.
Good to meet you too. Yes.
Project ARRIBA, I understand, is a very successful program. But before we get into that, tell me a little bit about yourself and you're as a Chief Executive Officer.
Well, I'm blessed to be born here in El Paso. I'm first generation American, a child of an immigrant from Mexico, and with that comes many firsts, as we know.
Absolutely.
And one of the great things about the sacrifices that my mom did was to make sure that I did well in school. So I did graduate from Coronado High School in 1994. I went on to get my bachelor's degree in business and then my master's degree in computer information systems. I was able to find a beautiful wife as well. At Coronado High School, we met on the last day of school at graduation, and 23 years later, we have two beautiful children.
It's wonderful.
Ages 10 and 3.
Yes. And so you joined Project ARRIBA, and how long has Project ARRIBA been in effect?
Okay. Well, first of all, Project ARRIBA is a workforce development program. And back in the late 90s, a group of individuals called the El Paso Interreligious Sponsoring Organization
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Border Interfaith held house meetings to talk to the public about what were some of the struggles in being able to finish school. And a lot of times those struggles involve social economic issues, whether or not you have enough money to be able to buy books and tuition and supplies, but also transportation, and especially daycare and other support services. As you know, Ms. Yanez, we live in a college town, and a lot of students go to school, but unfortunately, because of the social economic status of folks, it's harder for them to finish on time and on schedule. And so in San Antonio during the late 90s, this group, EPCC and Border Interfaith, took the mayor at that time and other representatives from the local government and as well as local business and had them look at a program over there called Project Quest. And Project Quest did very similar work as to what ARRIBA started to do here in El Paso. In June of 1999, our doors were open and we established a group of about 41 students to start the community college. And today, 18 years later, we have graduated our 1,302nd student.
Amazing.
The great things about that is these students, when they started college or before college, were making on average about $7,500 a year. She was a female demographically, had 2 children, and was single, and was on welfare and other types of assistance. With Project ARRIBA's assistance, we were able to get her graduated and into jobs here in El Paso like nursing, healthcare, and other demand degrees. And within 2.5 years, she's now able to make over $48,000 a year with benefits and a career path.
And with that assistance from ARRIBA, the ARRIBA project. And so many thousands of hundreds of students that you've graduated. I know the stories are tremendous, these success stories, you know, like you mentioned, the typical single mother earning very little, barely making it ends meet, and to become a professional. And so those graduations are held at the college. And so what are some of the courses, or how do you help your clients that walk through that
Very
door or get referrals? And I hope that many of the people that are watching us today are getting excited. Tell us about how you help.
The key to the success of the Project ARRIBA program is what we call our case management design. So when someone hears about Project ARRIBA, they'll come and listen to an outreach session that we talk about what are the jobs that are in demand here in El Paso and how to get there. We also talk about what we would expect from you as a student and what you could expect from us. What are some of the things that they could expect from an organization like Project ARRIBA? Well, we help with a 360 wraparound support system that not only helps pay for things like tuition, books, materials, and supplies, or whatever financial aid doesn't take care of, but also those wraparound support systems like daycare, like emergency rent and utilities, like other things that financial aid is not able to cover. And what does that do? That helps increase the probability of a student being successful in a post-secondary educational system.
Yes.
And so one of the great things that our case managers do on a weekly basis is they do workshops for each of our participants.
Yes.
So we don't call them students, we don't call them clients, we call them participants. And how they participate with us are these workshops in which we develop them for the workplace. So it helps that person become a better employee once they finish college and enter the workforce.
Wow. We've got a couple of minutes left in our interview, and I just want to make sure that that I ask the right questions of the things you want to convey to our viewers. And that is, if they know a family member or have a friend that needs these kind of help, how can they contact you, and what do they do?
Excellent. Yes, ideally they want to call our main office at 915-843-4055. And every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, we have outreach sessions that the public can come and learn about what we have to offer. We also are in the community about 50 times a year in different places. But that's kind of where it starts. Our website is projectarriba.org. We have information there. But it starts with that phone call and getting set up for an outreach.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm so happy because I do remember EPCC many years ago being very, very strong, and I'm glad that this grew from that effort, you know, of helping our community. You must be very proud to be part of this organization, and all the people that you've helped. And I'd like to maybe invite you back again sometime to talk about some success stories, maybe bring one of your graduates and see how well they're doing.
Absolutely.
So that we can continue to promote programs that assist people
Thank you.
in success and education. Well, I got kind of emotional here because I'm really excited about Project ARRIBA, and I will do whatever I can to help promote your program.
Thank you.
Well, I guess that's it. We've been talking with Roman Ortiz, who is the Chief Executive Officer for Project ARRIBA, and we hope you call the number that you see on your screen. And we'll be back with more guests. Well, thank you for staying with us here on Mature Living for our last interview. We're going to bring you some interesting things that you can think about as far as things that help you to stay at home longer, that will help you to get around your home, that will help you to live with, and I'm going to let her say it. Dora Williams is the president and the owner of BEK. And BEK is a medical supplies and equipment store company. And so she has a motto, and the things that they sell at that store, and the persons that help you, the clients that walk in, they help you with so many things. Dora, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
I'm so glad
too.
you came because I had forgotten to invite you all these
pleasure.
years.
I'm going to be calling you.
Yeah, that's right. Tell me about your store, your motto, and what BEK stands for. We always wondered about BEK.
Well, we've been in business for 22 years, and BEK stands for my daughter's names, Bianca, Erica, and Christian.
And when you were starting the store,
It was quick. We needed a quick name, and God helped us come out with the B first because she's the middle child syndrome, so we wanted to put her up there. But we're first everywhere on Google, on the phone book.
They can find you.
Yeah, it's been a blessing.
BEK. And tell me, why did you and your husband, your family, start the medical supplies equipment store?
Well, first of all, our motto, freedom without boundaries.
Freedom without boundaries.
Yes, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, come see us and we'll take care of it.
Wow,
that's our motto. My grandpa had a stroke. He fell and had a stroke, and it was like 30 years ago. We went home and they didn't give us like a bed or a Hoyer lift, anything to help him. They just sent him home. So my mom hurt her back pulling him to get him out of bed. We pulled his arm out.
Oh.
So, you know, we were like, there's got to be more than this. I worked at Texas Rehab with the state, so I knew a little bit about the equipment, and that's how we started to help people.
It's a beautiful reason.
Yeah, to help
It's a beautiful, it's a very needed thing. And now with so many seniors here in this community and everywhere, and of course you serve people of all ages, little kids.
Yeah, little babies to 101-year-olds.
It's wonderful. That's very good. And so BEK has been around for how many years now?
22 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
22
It's
years.
wonderful.
Yeah, we've been blessed.
And your growth has been tremendous because I've been at the store and it's like Candyland.
Yes, Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland. It's like, oh, I need this for the bathroom, and this will help me for the bathroom, and this will help me for my circulation or different things.
So I brought some toys.
Yes, yes, yes.
You want me to show 'em?
Yes, please, and then also some new things.
Yes.
Before we.
I brought some toys because the biggest things that happen, people come in and they're scared. Oh, my mom fell off the bed and she broke her hip. What do I do? My dad just had a stroke and I'm bringing him home. So that's where we come in. We'll come over to the house and do a safety inspection.
Very good.
If they want. If not, we'll show them the equipment there. We'll
Yes.
deliver it. We'll train them. One of the things that we sell a lot is a
Popular.
handy rail.
Okay, I'm gonna
This-
put your coffee over here.
Yeah. The handy rail helps people get out of bed, but also not fall off the bed.
Oh,
We've had
Does
clients-
that kind of slip under?
Yeah, it slips under. You don't have to change your bed. Some people don't want to move their bed
And sometimes we don't want to put a chair there because it's,
Yeah.
But a little handle, they've
around.
invented
It helps
that.
you. So this is really cool. We sell these a lot.
Very good. And oh,
My
that's
peddler, I love this.
this little. Tell me how you use that.
So my grandma just died. She was 101 and she was still walking, but I made her exercise. She watched a novela and she would have to sit and do her peddler
Arms, her.
for the first one during the commercials. And then the second one, you put it on the floor and then you do your legs.
Your legs, and that's how you maintained her
Yeah, it
active and her
helps
little muscles.
everything.
Yeah,
It helps
working.
everything.
Very important, and it's not an expensive
No, it's
gift.
$24 for
Very good,
presents.
very good. Let's see, what else did you bring?
I brought a kabuti. This is
A
really cool.
kabuti. What is a kabuti?
We get a lot of clients that come in with back pain.
Yes.
This cushion is really cool because it has an opening where the coccyx goes right here,
Yes.
and it relieves pressure.
Okay.
Also, you can use it like hemorrhoids, and it's
Yes.
uncomfortable. It does the same job plus to sit straight.
And many seniors sit for long periods of
Yes.
time because maybe they're not working anymore. But this is a very comfortable.
Very comfortable. You can use it in the car, on a chair, office. Some of our
Yes.
office staff use it.
That's
They
right.
love it.
Very good. I used to have one in the office. I need to get a new one.
This is
oh,
cool.
that is.
I love this thing. I have one.
I have one in the bedroom. I have one in the kitchen.
Yeah, this is cool.
I have
use
one
it
in the
to-
car for when
Do
I
you?
drop something.
Yeah, see? To put up my Christmas decorations, to pick things up from the floor.
Floor. And those are grabbers, or what do they call
It's
them?
called reacher. So you
Reacher.
could reach.
And you can reach a cup
Yeah.
and bring it down.
If
or-
you see a good looking guy, you could grab him from the ears.
Very good, very good. And this is an interest. Well, let's go to this. and then
Okay,
we'll go
this
to-
is a back joy. This is a massager, self massager.
Oh, yes.
You know how you have like neck pain or tired back? Well, this
Or an itch.
or an itch, yeah.
It's like, oh boy, that's.
But it
that's
feels
ama-
good,
Yeah, it does. So it's a self massager.
right?
You don't need batteries or anything.
You don't need anything. You can use it on your feet, on your back, on your waist, on your neck. It's really cool.
Cute, cool gifts.
Yeah,
Very
they're
cool
cute
gifts.
gifts.
Now, sometimes we travel, and
Yes.
sometimes we are embarrassed because we, having a little bit of incontinence. And so, do you have things for that?
Yes, and don't be embarrassed because it happens to all of us.
Yes.
we
For males and females.
Males and females, we have the attends pull-ups.
Yes.
We also have liners, but I mean, like if you want to go to a party and you're gonna be there for a while
time.
and the bathroom's far,
Yes.
nobody's gonna know you have it. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll talk to you about them at the store. You don't have to be shy. It happens to all of us.
Very
it's something
good.
that people don't like to talk about, but
Hey,
you don't want to be stuck at home.
that's right.
Yeah.
And then lastly, many people have diabetes or circulation issues. Tell me what
Tired
you have.
legs.
Tired legs, like for working people that do a lot of walking, waitresses.
Jogging,
yeah.
walking,
Yeah.
workout. We have compression stockings.
Okay.
And we have different compression, different knee high, thigh high, pantyhose. We have staff that's certified in measuring. The doctors usually give the clients the prescriptions and then we measure them and fill them. But my husband wears them because his legs get tired and he loves these.
Okay, so
He
it
says
does make a difference.
he
It does
says
make-
it.
or when you
they're
travel on
very
the
com-
airplane, it's
yes,
important to.
in the airplane for
Yes,
sure.
or buses. Now this is
This is
very,
a
very
new
important.
baby,
Yes, tell us
yeah.
about You've got scooters, you've got walkers,
Yes,
you've got
everything. We
But
have-
what is this new?
This is vans that are accessible.
Oh, accessible
Very
vans.
affordable.
Very affordable.
If you or your loved one wants to travel and you have to take the little bus, a lot of people don't like to ride around. Well, we have the vans now where you could roll your chair in
Oh my
and
gosh.
either drive it or have someone drive you around.
Wow,
So
and they're
come
around
see us,
18,000,
yeah.
very
They're
reasonable prices up
between
to
18 up to
Oh.
40,000.
and you can also help custom I guess remodel a truck or a
Yes,
van.
whatever you want to drive, you come see us and we'll take care of it. We also do elevators for the homes now.
Very oh my gosh, you're just our
If you want to go up, you have a 2-story home and you don't want to move because you love your house, we can do a stair lift or we can do an elevator.
wow, that is
Yeah.
I mean when you
Freedom
want to
without boundaries.
when you want to make your house and change it to be more accessible as you
Yes.
age, you can do the remodeling. You can help
Yes.
with how it can
Yes.
be remodeled, and of course get your vehicle. I mean everything.
Yeah,
It's
we're
wonderful.
here to serve and to give freedom without boundaries, like I keep
That's
saying.
it. BEK, and we've been talking with Dora Williams, the president and owner of BEK, a beautiful store with equipment, medical equipment,
Everything.
counselors. They'll help you. The staff is wonderful, by the way. I want to
Thank
congratulate y'all. And shall we wish everybody
Yes.
a very, very happy,
Happy
New
New
Year to
Year.
everybody. We'll see you next week.